So I'm here to talk to you about avocados. And I gotta tell you, I'm 53. I've never had an avocado until I moved here to Miami. And I wound up eating avocados because 53 years ago, when I did live in Miami, we had just moved here from California, my mom planted an avocado tree that you can't really see right behind me. And all through the years, my mom would eat them and give them to friends and family or whoever was around that she could give them to. I never had one. So 5 years ago, I moved down here to Miami, and I get hundreds and hundreds of these avocados. I mean, really, it feels like just an avalanche of avocados, more than I've ever seen in my life. And I decided to try one. I don't really like that avocado mushy stuff. At least that's what I thought I didn't like. So I decided to make an avocado salsa. Instead of a guacamole mashed with a fork, I make like a chunky salsa. And you know, it's the best that I've ever had. Of course, I've never had anything else before. That said, now I like avocados in general. I mean, I can mash one up and just eat it, you know, especially with fixings like a taco or something like that. But the next couple minutes, we're going to talk about how to make guacamole the way I like guacamole, and I hope that you do too. And you know what? If you have an opportunity, put a couple comments down below, and maybe your favorite as well, because I'd like to try yours. So thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. All right, we're going to learn to pick an avocado, and here's our choices. We have a whole bunch of avocados. So we're gonna take one of these, right? So this one is been sitting around for a little bit, but it is soft and tender. And I'm gonna show you what this thing looks like once we open it up, because this is the one I'm gonna pick. So this one is similar in color, right? But it's hard. So if you remember the Charmin man, you know, don't squeeze the Charmin guy, or whatever that was. I can't remember exactly how that worked. But that's what you want to do with these things. You want to squeeze them, and if you can squeeze them, if you cannot squeeze them, they're not ripe. And if you can barely squeeze them, like this one is probably going to be done on Monday, they're not ripe. So let me see if I can pick another one. Oh, here we go. So this is a good one. So the color scheme, can't tell by the color. You can't tell by the roughness either. But this one is good. So if I just take my finger and lightly press in, I don't think there's any way you can see this. But yeah, there's no way you can see this indentation. But if you can feel it, then they're ripe. This one, no way. And you can hear it. You can hear the avocado seed in the middle. It sounds like it might be good. No way, it's just too hard. You do not want this. It's not going to be juicy. So we're going to go back to this one. And hey, you know what? Little squirrel got eaten up there. It's no big deal, you know. It doesn't matter, you know. And we're going to cut it up, and I'll show you what this thing looks like in just a minute. Oh man, this is going to be great. All right, guys. Let me switch zooms, and I need to get a knife out, and I'll show you more. So this is what it looks like, and notice it's just tender, it's just fleshy. Unfortunately, I should have cut it up. I had to cut a couple pieces out, and that's what you see here. I put lemon juice inside it, so it doesn't turn brown so quickly, and that's what the juice is down in here, and that's all good. And I've also cut up some very fine onions. I cut up about a half an onion for what was left. What happened was I didn't get the entire avocado because part of it had been fallen on the ground, and it was just not. If it's a little bit brown, it's not good. It needs to be a solid color, yellow with green. And if there's any kind of other colors in there, just cut that little piece out, you know, and the rest of it will be fantastic. The reason it is it gets a very strong taste whenever it gets a brown color, because it's starting to turn bad, so it gets a very strong taste. So I got this. Now I'm gonna cut up a tomato. I'll be right back. And for this time, I'm just gonna cut a half of a tomato. I got a Roma tomato. They don't have a lot of juice in them, so that's good. And a half of an onion. So there's a whole bunch of different kinds of onions, and in my particular taste, I like yellow onions better than I like white onions. Now you might have different taste. To me, the yellow onions have a more aromatic and just overall better taste, especially for the avocado mix I'm about to make. I have tried the white onions as well. It's just, to me, they just don't have that same punch as a yellow onion. So this is, you know, like about a handful, if you will, and a little bit more of a handful. It's not exact. I definitely have more avocado than I do the tomatoes and the onions. And then we're going to add salt and pepper, and then we're going to be done. I don't have any cilantro. If I did, I'd put that in there too. So let me mix all this together, and I'll be right back. By the way, I definitely want to suggest to you guys to use I don't even know what this thing is called, but I will put a link to it down at the bottom. This is to be able to scoop up all your fixins off of a cutting board, and it's just invaluable. I use it all the time. So, be right back. Okay, so now I have the tomatoes, the onions, and the avocados, and now I'm going to go back through it, and I'm going to cut up the avocados with a knife just to kind of give it a little bit of mixture. I usually leave this till the end because I don't know why. Well, you can do as you wish. I know that the avocados turn brown really quickly, so just one of the reasons I just kind of wait until the end. So I'll be right back. There you have it. It is chopped up. I have some peppers and some black pepper ground up and some salt on it, and it is going to be delicious. I wish I could share this with you. I'm just going to mix this all up and then serve it up. Now for me, I like chips and just saltine crackers. My dad turned me on to these things, and they're the best. Other than chips, I really like chips better, but saltine crackers is a nice change. I don't really care for all the other fancy crackers for guacamole. They're just too strong.